YouTubers, this is Johnny. I'm making a short video on Thailand. Actually, I'm not going to talk about Thailand as much as ask for people's opinions and advice. I have a friend of mine, Mr. H. He may be going to Southeast Asia, but his first destination is possibly Thailand. He wants to teach English in a small community up in northern Thailand, not in the southern part of Thailand where most of the backpackers go. And my question is to any viewers out there, what are the recommended schools um, to apply at for Northern Thailand? I was wondering if anyone had a link to a certain website for people who want to teach English. And now in this case, he has college degrees and all the credentials and transcripts and things of that nature. So I was wondering if there's anyone who had any experience teaching English up north, or anyone who had a teaching experience in a university and could leave a comment on some tips on how to go about doing that. And then one more question I have is for my friends who don't have a college degree. Quite a few of my older friends, they want to teach English in Thailand or Southeast Asia in general, but in general, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. If there's any tips or loopholes that they can use, maybe post them in the comments, or if your comment is too controversial, just post it to my email address, which is Johnny JHONNY 167 at yahoo.com. I'll post a link in the description if your comment or link is too controversial. But I'm looking for websites that specialize or help people find jobs specifically in smaller towns and smaller communities up north in northern Thailand. I'm not familiar with Thailand, so I would name the cities, but I'm just not familiar with Thailand too much. So if you have a comment on good schools to teach at, or even if you have a comment on ones to avoid, and what are the salary expectations for someone who's taught English for like the last 10 years, and what are the salary expectations for people who can teach in university. In this case, this young man has a college degree. He has, as a matter of fact, a couple of them, and the transcripts to back him up. And this individual would be coming from his credentials would be coming from the States. So in this case, I think he shouldn't have any problems. I'm just not familiar. And some of my friends who taught English, it's many years ago. Well, not that many, but back in the day when you could make eight or 900 starting out to like 1,200. And they taught in some of the smaller schools, or they taught in some of the smaller communities up north. And if I remember right, they were a chain school, but I can't remember anymore. And I was searching on a website I'm on, it's a private website, and I can't find the names of the schools that people used to teach at. So if anyone has any experience teaching English, or has an idea on a link or a website that a person could go look at, leave a comment. If your comment is too controversial as far as not having a degree, or is just in general too controversial, leave it. If you would kindly send an email to Johnny167 at yahoo.com, and again, I'll leave my email in the description if you want to send a comment that way. Anyways, just a small video on recommended schools and schools not recommended for anyone who's taught in Thailand in the past few years, and any tips for someone that has pretty good amount of experience teaching English and has pretty good amount of experience teaching in universities. Any recommended schools in Thailand? I'm just not familiar, so I can't offer too much advice to this friend of mine. Anyways, if you do have a comment, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. But if your comment's too controversial, like I said, just send me an email. All right, thank you.